Do you love reality TV as much as we love reality TV? Farmer Wants a Wife season premiere tonight on Fox 9. You can watch it right here. And we wanted to bring in a couple people. We want to bring in Paul Millgate, who is an executive producer with the Stream team here. Kind of new, right?
Yeah, relatively new. Compared to everyone else, I'm pretty fresh.
And then, are you going to join us, Natalie? Reluctant? I know you're not. I know you're not going to leave us hanging.
It's not reluctant. It's I'm learning all of this right now. There we go. $3. I got it.
$3. That's the one you have to hit.
I had to find my button.
Natalie is probably the biggest Farmer Wants a Wife fan I know.
Yeah, that's why I'm very excited to be part of this segment. Yeah. I love Farmer Wants a Wife. I used to love like The Bachelor and reality TV. I took a lot of years off, and then Farmer Wants a Wife came out in America. It's been, as Paul will talk about, in other countries for a long time. But I and my husband and I have a farm. We have a little hobby farm south of the metro. So we were so excited for the show, and I make him watch it, and he loves it, even though he might not admit it. So, Paul, you have so much to tell us. And you kind of worked a little on this season. I don't know how much you can say, but...
Yeah, well, so Farmer Wants a Wife is a show very close to my heart, actually. I worked on 3 series in Australia, season 10, 11, and 12. So that was a couple of years ago. And then I actually came over and worked on the last series of Farmer Wants a Wife here in the US. So I got to know all of the couples and the farmers on that one. And there's a couple of success stories from my series of Farmer Wants a Wife last year. So I don't know if you remember Mitchell and Sydney.
No, okay, sorry to interrupt you. And this Zoom thing is like hard, so I apologize if I'm stepping on you. But what makes a success story? Is it just the marriage or what?
Well, there's a couple of different, what we say, our key KPIs on Farmer Wants a Wife are successful relationships, and marriages is obviously a massive KPI. It's in the name, Farmer Wants a Wife. We would like the farmers to end up with wives. So while there's no marriages yet in the American series, after my 3 series in Australia, we actually have one marriage from the 3 that I did, but the numbers globally, so that's probably something that I should mention, is that around the world, Farmer Wants a Wife goes to air in 32 countries. It's been in 32 countries, and it's resulted in 226 marriages. And wait for this is the real kicker, 565 babies with 4 on the way. So Farmer Wants a Wife is unquestionably the most successful dating show in the world.
Okay, and a lot of people watching this, like when I met you and talked about this with you, you know, I was like, wait a second, this is happening in Australia. Tell us where else this is happening, and is it similar? Is it the exact same thing, or is it kind of a little different depending upon where?
So the format that we know and love that's on Fox tonight, 8 p.m. Central, that format is similar to the format we have in Australia. So that version of the show comes from Australia, but the format exists in other countries in a whole bunch of different ways. The show was really hugely successful in Portugal. They were doing something like 60 episodes a year. So that's a very sort of observational documentary, really just follows what's going on. At one point, I believe Farmer Wants a Wife was the most successful reality show in Sweden, of all places. And their format was slightly different. They would send Swedish ladies to farmers that lived in other countries. So there was like a Swedish farmer that lived in South Africa, and they bundled up 4 or 5 Swedish girls and sent them to South Africa. They sent them to Australia. They sent them all around the world to see whether they could find those Swedish farmers' love. And then we were discussing the other day, it's quite fun. The name is even different in different countries. The format's kind of the same. In France, I believe that the direct translation is Love in the Field.
I love that so much. That's so great. Do you have any like fun stories about, because you produced it, which doesn't mean you sat behind a computer and did this. Like you were really in with the contestants. And
that's what I want to know about. You know them, right?
Yeah. So it's a really sort of, you really get invested in their lives. You get invested in their relationships. You want them to succeed because your life, it takes up a lot of your time when you're making a show like this, and you become very invested. But there's just something so special when you get to be present for when someone meets their future spouse and you see the beginnings of love. Like, I saw that last series with Mitch and Sydney. I was there with them. I saw it with Taylor and Nathan. I was there with them when that happened. There's something really special about getting to be a part of that moment in someone's life.
Okay, we have like 30 seconds left in this hour. Will you come back? Will you come back and talk to us?
Yes. How about I'm your Farmer Wants a Wife correspondent for the rest of the series while it's on? I'll make sure I wear plaid every single day.
Natalie, you're muted. We have like 20 seconds.
You guys, oh my gosh, I'm learning here. But you have to come back. Who knows? Give a little update. Okay, we only have about 10 seconds.
Okay,
Amy,
you, Paul.
if you want to. Thank you,
Natalie.
Paul.
You're the
Make
best.
sure you watch Farmer Wants a Wife tonight, 8 p.m. Central.
All right, we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. All Day Live continues, and Paul's coming back. Don't worry, everybody. We love hearing from Paul. And thank you for these, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie.